Never let me go. I want it, let me do
Hello, welcome to tonight's stream. Ooh, what's up, folks? What's up? What's up? Welcome to tonight's stream. It is Saturday, and today we have a very general, very loose, very open-ended stream planned. Today we're going to be getting into some Q&A, some AMA, right? This is your opportunity to ask any questions you have. A lot of you have been following along for how many days has it been? Today is the 24th stream in a row. Wow. And if you count from the day bruh moment started, right? The first time the word bruh moment was used on Twitter, it's probably 30 something. So today we'll get into some questions, whether those questions are around productivity, whether it's around crypto, whether it's NFT, whether it's something else. It's chill. Today's an open Q&A. Before we get into that, shout outs. What's up, Ajinkya? You're the pehla comment. What's up, Harsh? Yo, we had 5 people from the bro community win an NFT giveaway. 5 of them. That is crazy. So this is for the Lil Michaela NFT. We'll talk about that today. Okay, we'll talk about what's happening. But Harsh was one of them. That is crazy. That is crazy how people in the community get to know about these NFT giveaways that are happening globally, and they're able to win some stuff. Amazing. What's up, Anchit, Aryan, Vishwa, Utkarsh, Shubhank, Rohan, Anirudh? What's up, bro? What's up, folks? Let's get started. What's up, Siddhant, Jeremy, Vidhu, Satriya Kal? Let's get started. So, let's talk NFTs. Let's talk NFTs, right? There's a lot of winners in the chat. Ask them, right? This should be an AMA where we ask them in the chat. But what ended up happening is number one, we did a very, very special stream last night. And, you know, in this stream, we talked about, bro. We read an entire short story. We read about, um, we read Understand by Ted Chiang. तो कल हमारा पहला साई-फाई शुक्रवार था. हमारा पहला साई-फाई शुक्रवार. And maybe we will do more of it, right? Maybe we'll do थोड़ा shorter sci-fi. कल की stream 2 घंटे 22 minutes and 22 seconds की हो गई, bro. It was so long. It was double the size of our regular streams. But again, it was fun because it was a new experiment for us. Let's show you what's been happening. So, not just this, but people have been winning stuff, bro, and from the community, because we've been sharing all of these. I don't want to. We've been sharing opportunities in some way, which is these giveaways. They happen just like that, right? If you're online on the right at the right time, right moment, and you're ready, you understand. You can literally win free NFTs that are going to be worth something in the future, or maybe not. Maybe they're not going to be worth anything. But it's a great feeling to win to get to number one, get your first NFT ever. Number two, get it for free. Even if you have NFTs, dude, I love receiving free NFTs. And if any artists out there want to send me free NFTs, my address is abnux.eth. So you can, through MetaMask or whatever else, just type this address in and send me free stuff. What we will do is we will showcase them on stream. And of course, feel free to DM me if you have other ideas on how we can promote your NFT project. Okay. So what happened? Let's talk about this Lil Michaela drop. Okay. We did a video on this. Let me enter one of my tabs. As you can clearly see, I've been doing some research into Kitties. I will talk about this maybe in the future. But Kitties is obviously a very interesting NFT project. Mostly because, one sec. Mostly because it was one of the oldest NFT projects, right? So just that makes it very interesting because they were the first to do it. I remember it was a few years. It's been at least 2 or 3 years now. When CryptoKitties first came out, the kind of articles, the headlines we would see is people are spending 100k USD on virtual cats on the internet. And of course, it was clickbait. It was so funny back then, right? Literally here, I literally just made that up. But as I was going through my... Look at this. Why people are buying cartoon cats on the blockchain. It was so funny back then, right? It was such a weird thing. But today, it's like, not only are people buying cartoon cats, they're buying all sorts of stuff. NFTs are here. It's not this weird niche thing, at least not for us, right? We are in this. But NFTs are here. And we're never going back. We're never going back to a time where NFTs did not exist, right? It's the new reality that we live in. But speaking of Lil Michaela, we spoke about the team behind Lil Michaela, what's the concept, the idea of virtual influencers, all of that in this stream right here. It's very provocatively titled Lo-Fi Hip-Hop Beats to Chill to /Work to /Learn About NFTs too. Mostly because there is a bunch of Lo-Fi Hip-Hop in this. Right? It starts off with a good music session. And then we jumped into it. So here, I would definitely recommend checking this out for the part 1 of Lil Michaela drop. They have been doing these drops, okay? The one that they just released, the giveaway, it's the third one, okay? The very first one they did was a charity one that went for a lot. The second and third ones that they did, they are doing some kind of online puzzle, right? So very interesting what's happening. Let me open up the Twitter account to show you. The first one, they gave out, I think, maybe 1,000 or 1,500 of those pieces. And those pieces literally had a wallet seed phrase in it, right? Which had some secret items in that. But all of these NFTs, they have some kind of clues. And Of course, they're giving away these NFTs for free, but it's not really free because they're paying a lot of gas fees, right? Sending 1,000 free NFTs is not cheap. It's a couple $1,000, at least double digit thousand, more than $10,000, my guess, right? Assuming even at low gas prices, it's at least $10 or $15 for sending this out, right? More if you're doing other stuff. So this was the second NFT. 5 people got this, right? The way to participate was just to literally drop your wallet address. Um, this was the one. Now, of course, we won't talk too much about this, but yeah, congrats to those who got it. Hopefully, as a community, we're able to win a lot more stuff together. Another giveaway that happened was we did our art stream very recently. This was on just earlier this week. We did this one, art review with Gana Srinivas. We reviewed a bunch of art from people in the bro community. And very interestingly, one of those people, Pratik, ended up receiving a free NFT from Ibadat. So, so we definitely have a lot of. So here's the scene: NFT giveaways in the bro community have already started. Right, it only goes up from here. I will also say this for people who are not a part of the Discord. The way the plan is right now, it's going to get harder and harder to get into the Discord because I've spoken about this before. Underground communities way better than open communities, right? People can trust each other. There's some level of vetted profiles or whatever. The idea is just that we don't want to grow so fast that the quality of the experience becomes bad, such that it's just spam. So if you're not on Discord already, dude, please get in as soon as possible if you're really interested. Okay. In the future, we'll change the rules around how you get into Discord. Today, the best way is just keep an eye out on Twitter. I try to share every 2 days a Discord invite. We're at about 800 people so far, and it's only been 24 days. So, Ibadat's NFT, right? Let me quickly show you all. You've definitely seen this if you're here, right? The one that Pratik won was called Sci-Fi Bro. There is one that I have as well. It's this one, right? This is Premium Bro. That's the NFT that Ibadat sent in my wallet. And there's one remaining. There's one called Alien Bro that is still remaining. And of course, it's up to Ibadat to decide who he gives this to. So please figure that out, right? If nothing else, the artists within our community, we are going to be giving each other NFTs just as gifts, right? Because that's how it is. That's how NFTs are. It's not really the serious thing where you have to go buy crypto and spend it. It can just be used as a fun gift, right? So we're going to be doing a lot of this internal NFT gifting once more artists get used to it. And this is also a great way, by the way, to build a collector base. In the future, when you want to go more serious, when you want to get more collectors, you want to raise your prices, you want to get into more professional leagues, right? I'm just using that word casually. Collectors in the future are going to look at how engaged is your current community, right? And if you can use that bro community as a launchpad, amazing, okay? So please do that. Sci-Fi Bro is very cool. It definitely is really cool. Let's get into some AMA. Okay. Let's get into some AMA. We'll just generally be chatting. Every now and then we'll get into these tangents and we'll jump onto our browser. We might browse Twitter for a bit. We might check out some more NFT projects. But now, I just want to start. I just want to start with some questions. Thoughts on Michio Kaku? I know who Michio Kaku is, but I have no thoughts. I haven't heard any of his stuff. Aryan won one of the Lil Michael NFTs. Ishank got one as well. Harsh. I don't remember who else, but a few people. Another thing I've been thinking about, right, is NFTs today are a great way to meet new people. Amazing example by Harsh. I have also been facing a lot of situations like this. Now, think about this. It sounds so obvious. It's like, of course, you can meet new people on the internet. Isn't that obvious, right? That's what the internet is about. But it's different this time around. It's slightly different because with NFTs, you now have an excuse to form friends, right? Just, oh, in fact, just today, just before I hopped on the stream, I was on a 10K designer stream and we were talking about something related to relationships, building relationships, networking. And the idea is this, right? A lot of you have school friends that you are not in contact with anymore. But the ones you are in contact with, right, usually have something shared, some shared context between you, right? So let's say you've got some school friends that you play tennis with, like once a month, twice a month, maybe every week. Now that's your shared context, and you're more likely to be friends because of that shared context. What I'm seeing with NFTs is it's all about communities. We have a lot of people from other NFT communities as part of the bro community because now there's that cultural exchange, right? People are buying NFTs. So I will say this for any artists who are trying to build this, the goal with your NFTs is also to meet new people. So if you're ever buying an NFT, definitely follow that artist, DM them, say, hey, I bought this. Thank you for making it, whatever. Start a conversation. If you are selling NFTs, don't just spam artists. Try to take your time, understand what they're about, form relationships. Even if they never buy it, they might refer other people to you in the future, right? I'm going to show you a quick example of this. And this is going to be a bit of a flex, okay? This is going to be a bit of a flex. I'm going to show you a profile of you all know Nyan Cat. Everyone knows Nyan Cat here, right? For those of you who don't, Nyan Cat was one of the legendary memes back in the day, right? Nyan Cat was one of those sites that you showed your friends when you went to their house. You were sitting on this old computer and you were like, bro, I saw this really cool thing that somebody in school shared. And of course, we didn't have smartphones. So you would have to go home and check it out. But Nyan Cat was one of the OG memes back in the day, back when even social media wasn't too much, right? From 2011. And let me play this for a sec. It's just a nyanning cat, right? This was a huge meme back in the day. Me as a kid, I was a kid. I was in like school or college, right? 2011, I was probably in college maybe. Oh no, still in school. I remember coming across this in 10th grade. I saw this and I was like, yo, what the fuck? That's so funny, right? There's this cat who's nanning. And in addition to that, it's kind of catchy, right? You could also do this. Use your Nyan cat, other cats, such like this one. This is Tech Nyan color cat. Right? And the music changes as well. There's like some of these cats have like dubstep Nyan cat remixes. Anyways, so back then, it was basically you could tweet your score and of course share on Facebook. 4.3 million Facebook likes. So it was like, you have Nyan 4. This was like a high score. Long story short, the creator of Nyan Cat, Chris, follows me on Twitter. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that one of my favorite memes when I was in 10th standard, right? 10th grade. We now talk to each other on Twitter. We reply to each other's tweets, right? Why? Because I bought one of his NFTs and not a very expensive one. Today, the price has increased. But yeah, that's the collector artist relationship. So do keep that in mind. Whether you're a collector or an artist, it is about the relationships you're forming with people. Rest in peace, headphone users. Yeah, it was really loud. It was really loud. This was the kind of scene where in the hostel rooms, just to irritate people, you would play this and they would be like, yo, what the fuck is that? And it's so catchy, dude. It's so catchy. Awesome. Let's talk some more. This is a great question, Kashvi. Tell us about the first time you heard about NFTs. What did you think? The first time was probably CryptoKitties 3 years ago, but then I don't know if the NFT term existed back then. So, to me, I first heard NFTs only earlier this year, earlier in 2021. And I can tell you how I heard about it, right? I heard about it because of some of these big name pieces, right? I heard because of some of these big name pieces. Let me just quickly show you. I think there was some piece that went for really like 200K. One of the some rare Pepe, some super rare Pepe went for 200K. I have documented this time, so let me go back in time and check it out. It was a super rare Pepe that sold for 250K or 300K or something. And I have seen these before. Like rare Pepes, for example, is also quite an old NFT. It's a little while old. But of course, when I heard about CryptoKitties, when I heard about that, I was like, no fucking way, bro. Why the fuck would I spend money on this picture of a cat? And that was 3 years ago. I did not understand what it was. But it's only recently, and maybe it was around this time. It was mostly this, bro. This was literally when I first heard about NFTs. It was that one Gary Vee vlog and that one Business Insider article. It was not March 3rd. It was before that. I posted this later. But I heard Gary Vee talking about it. And the reason when Gary Vee says something, I take it seriously, right? A lot of you might not understand why would I do that. Gary Vee is somebody who lives his life online, right? Gary Vee is somebody who understands internet culture way better than anybody else. And you can understand why when you speak to him, when you see his videos. Um, and Gary Vee made this comment in one of his videos where he said, "For the rest of my life, I am going to be in NFTs." That's a big, big statement, right? A few months ago, or maybe last year, when you asked Gary Vee about what was the future of tech, he would say audio. If any of you Gary Vee followers, you remember that. He used to say audio. And he used to say, oh, Alexa and all of this stuff. Today, it's NFTs. And what that represents to me is that it's a big enough deal when people like Gary Vee get in, right? Normally, with any technology, it's the developers who get in first because they're excited by the new possibilities that this tech can do. So if you look at the previous cycles of crypto, the bull markets where the prices have gone up, the earliest people who got in were the developers. Usually use cases and utility around stuff only happens when the business people get in, right? The developers are interested because they want to see what is possible with this technology. They want to see what is new. It's like when the iPhone came out with the App Store. Developers were the first to get into it because they're like, wait, this is a new platform. A new platform means new opportunities. But over time, when the business folks get in, when people like who are into the culture of things, like Gary Vee gets in, it means that we're super close to something going mainstream. So when I first saw it, when I first heard about NFTs, I did not understand it. The more I understood it, the more I realized I did not understand. It was like a fractal. The more I understood, I zoomed in and I was like, dude, I'm exactly where I am. I zoomed in further and it just more gets revealed. Every level you zoom, you realize there's 100 levels inside. Right? That's what NFTs are. But here's how it made me feel. I remember in 2010, when I first discovered design, and I'll be specific, designing apps, right? I was blown away. I was like, I did not even know that you could design apps. I thought it was just the developers who did that. And I was like, this means that you can actually design based on human psychology. You can design these features that people want to use, right? What's the difference between a note taking app that person A does and person B does. Not both of those. Making a note taking app is very simple. Making a note taking app that millions of people use requires a deep understanding of how humans work. So back then I was super super excited. This was when I was in college. Before college, around 5th grade, right? We're zooming real back. I had that same kind of excitement for Pokemon cards. I still have all my Pokemon cards in great condition, right? They're safe, very safely saved. Um, I have some cards that are worth a lot now, right? For anybody who has Pokemon cards that you bought from India, they're probably not worth a lot because Indian cards were fake, right? 90% of Indian cards were fake because they were printed locally, not fake, but printed locally. But I have some cards which are now worth $50, $100 on US eBay. But that excitement of Pokemon cards, where I could meet somebody in school and we could instantly connect based on our portfolio of cards, and we could trade, and that trade became a relationship. Next week, he would tell me about the trades he made with his people in his apartment building. And then we would see these new cards that we had never seen before, right? You never knew what's going to happen because Pokemon cards were a huge thing. And it was also kind of illegal. It was semi illegal. You couldn't, you couldn't bring them to school, but you have the most time when you're in school. So why not use that to trade, right? Why not use that to build your portfolio? I lost a lot of very precious, very valuable cards ripped apart by my teachers. But that exact feeling with the App Store, I felt that in college. That exact feeling I felt a few weeks back with NFTs. When things started clicking for me, I realized, dude, I haven't felt this way in a couple of years, right? Once I understood design, once I understood the depth of it, once I made all these apps, right? At Unacademy, we built apps that were used by millions of people. Right? We built educator side, learner side. It was all very, very interesting. But this is a new design for me, right? That's how different it is. I feel like I'm a beginner again. I feel like I have so much catching up to do. I feel like Gary Vee. I feel like Gary Vee because I feel like for the rest of my life, I'm going to be in NFTs. Like, that's how big of a deal it is to me. I could have definitely started a crypto channel 4 years ago because I've been in crypto for some time. But looking at numbers in a portfolio and you're like 7% down today is very different from opening your NFT portfolio where you're like, wow, this piece that I bought from Chris, right, the Nyan cat piece, is now worth 3x of what I bought it. Not just that, but let me go to Chris's Twitter account. What new Nyan cat drops are coming up? What happened to the Snoop Dogg Nyan cat that they did? You know, they literally made a joint NFT, dude, for that. What happened to that, right? It's more exciting to me. So that's my scene with NFTs. I think next couple of years are going to be absolutely, absolutely insane. And you might think this is a very global thing. You're like, um, as an Indian, maybe I don't relate to it as much. Here's what's happening. Crypto in India so far, the reason the government was against it was because it's challenging the use of crypto as legal tender. The government does not want competition when it comes to legal tender. It's a big deal, right? Because if people stop using legal tender, a lot of shit crashes, right? A lot of systems come down. Governments do not want people using a legal tender, and so far, right? Last couple of years, the majority use case for crypto was payments. So the governments were obviously very against it. But today you have cases like NFTs, which are assets, just like land and property is an asset. You have DeFi, which is you can get loans, right? That's an entire finance, a new category. And this thing that's going to happen is it's way easier to get the government on board NFTs and DeFi than it is for them to get than it is to get them on board for currency, right? They do not want competition when it comes to currency. However, if you tell them there's a new asset class now, like investors can now put their money not just in land, not just in mutual funds, not just in this, but they can also put it in these new classes. Regulation wise, it's much easier to now introduce a new asset class and then tax it on your long term capital or whatever. It's in the government's interest to regulate it so that they can get some tax off of that. So, literally, NFTs and DeFi are the Trojan horse that will bring crypto to India in a huge way. Yesterday I was on a clubhouse with Nishal Shetty, the WazirX CEO, Kavin Bharti Mittal. I mean, I wasn't on the clubhouse. I just asked a question, and this is exactly what I asked. I asked, when do we get a razor pay for crypto? As a company, how can I start accepting payments? And they said, don't expect it. It's not going to happen for a long time. But NFTs and DeFi, more likely to come in. And we've talked about those examples on our channel about how IPL can get into NFTs in a huge way. How WazirX now has a marketplace coming up and they're going to do these partnerships. So very interesting times. I have a very good, there's a very good chance that me, I've always considered myself the design guy. I think that's shifting. I think a pivot is on the cards. That was my long rant. Not a rant, but that was my long explanation of how things are. Okay. We'll do some more questions. I need to catch up on chat as well. Yeah, I do have an NFT, a Nyan NFT in my portfolio. Unacademy, work-life balance. I won't go too deep, but I can tell you, Zaman, it was amazing, dude. It was really, really good because Unacademy as a company has an amazing culture. I'm of course speaking from my time. People keep changing in a company, culture keeps moving, but I mean, Unacademy had an amazing culture. They let me hire whoever I wanted. Most new projects were design led, and they gave me a lot of freedom because they trusted my judgment. The reason I got into Unacademy was also because I was doing Listen before this, and it was a bit of an offer, acqui-hire kind of thing. But I had an amazing time at Unacademy, dude. The kind of stuff that I learned there is literally going to stay with me for the rest of my life. Because I can tell you just a small note there. With before Unacademy, I was a maker. I was making a lot of stuff. I had all these side projects. Those 2.5 years in Unacademy, I became an executive in the sense that I hired my team. I was not responsible for my output, right? I wasn't designing so much. I had to make sure the people in my team are super happy, super motivated to do the best work of their lives. And I had that freedom to do it in whatever way I wanted, along with the support of the founding team. I was working directly with the founders. So that was amazing. So because of that, today I'm at a point where I'm not just a maker. I am somebody who can now understand the business side of things. So it gave me a lot of confidence to launch my projects, to go full time on this. And they were very, very supportive, right? So even today we have a really good relationship. And I know they're really smart. They're really smart in the sense that they support their employees. They literally support their employees starting their own startups and leaving, because they know that if we are doing our job well and we're hiring the best people, those best people will want to do their own startup in the future. And you know, the PayPal mafia, which is, you should know what the PayPal mafia is. The point is, the more founders that come out in the world who are ex Unacademy, the better it makes Unacademy look, because it added to that environment, right? So Gaurav, the founder, big inspiration for me. And he also angel invests in not all, but a lot of companies started by ex Unacademy. So whenever I'm angel investing, I always have that option. Whenever I'm raising money, if at all, I don't need to right now, I always have that option. So I'm very, very grateful for that experience. Yo, Rakshit, thank you for the super chat. 111.11. Guru Dakshina Svikar Kare. I'm currently learning growth hacking and marketing, each for designing. How do I balance it out and focus? Rakshit's question gets priority. It gets bumped up the queue because it's a super chat. We will talk about this now. Okay. The point is, a lot of people feel like this is a bad thing, right? It's not uncommon today to be interested in multiple things. And I'll go as far as to say this. If you're only interested in one thing, you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention to how fast the world is changing. I'll just say that. Right? So it's very, very natural. Let's just accept that to be interested in multiple things. I am interested in multiple things, right? This YouTube channel is literally my side hustle. The problem arises when you start feeling like you're not focusing. And usually, what that means is you're trying all of these things, but the problem is usually the monetization angle, which is you do need one core skill that you make money from. For me, that core skill has been design, right? I knew that if everything failed, I could still go back to freelancing and doing design for clients. And having that mental peace that you always have this one skill that you can go back to. Not everybody needs it, but it's really useful for some people. I can give you an example. Varun Maya, he's never had a job, dude. He's never had a job, right? Everything he's learned, he's done it by himself. And of course, he's interested in multiple things, right? But I couldn't have done that. Right? I needed Unacademy because I was missing a piece, and I didn't know what exactly that piece was, but I needed to fill it. So even if you have multiple things, my advice, right? My advice is own it. Own the fact that you're probably a generalist. It's not a disease to be a generalist in the times we live in right now. Things are crazy. You might think that, oh, it's always been like this. It's not. It's not always been like this. This NFT thing that's happening right now, it shocks me as well. I'm not calm about this, right? This shit is crazy. I cannot believe I cannot believe we live in a timeline where NFTs exist and I get to do this. It's wild to me as well. So it's totally natural having multiple interests. The way you balance it out is find your cash cow. Find that one thing you can lean on for the money. With that, you get time, right? If you can freelance, you now have free time. You can choose your clients. You can move up and down. Even if you get a full-time job, that mental piece of the money is figured out might let you go even deeper into the other interests. But that's the scene. And I will also say one last thing around that, which is not all of the things you're interested in will make money. Some of them will, some of them won't, and some of them will make you money only years later. One of my side projects, uisources.com. For 2 years, I paid $100 a month just to keep it running. Right? It was literally costing me money to run it. But eventually, when I realized that I'm a fool for not monetizing, I switched on monetization, and the first month it made me $4,000. Right? So all your skills, don't expect all of them to make you money. Some make you money, and that gives you the time to explore the others. Good shit, bro. Good shit. That's a good question. Let's talk some more. Okay. Of course, I will have to miss some questions, right? I can't answer all. There's a lot of them here. I will try as many as I can, though. Manage time, I'll talk about that, bro, Puneet. I'll talk about that in just a sec. What's your take on CryptoPunks? Bro, I am jealous as fuck. I am jealous as fuck that I don't have one. I really, really want a CryptoPunk. I cannot. It's too expensive. I'll just say that. The floor right now is like 20 ETH, and there's no fucking way I'm dropping 20 ETH. Not right now, at least. CryptoPunks are one of the OG projects. We've spoken about it before, maybe in the Lil Michaela stream itself. it's going to become an identity for a lot of people. It's like, imagine owning one of the Avengers, bro. Imagine you could be a character in the Avengers. That's what's going to happen. CryptoPunks is going to become an intellectual property where each character is owned by someone. They're going to make comics, movies, theme parks. Imagine Disney, but there's no central company that owns it. It's the people who own the characters. That's what CryptoPunks is going to do. You heard it here first, a lot of you. That's what a lot of NFT projects will do. We're going to see more Marvel Cinematic Universes, but instead of a company running it, it's going to be a decentralized network coordinating to achieve this. And that's going to be beautiful to watch. So I really want to get a punk as soon as I can. I don't know how I'll make that happen. I'm going to have to really hustle much harder if I need to do it. But I think it's possible. I think it's possible. A lot of people, the way you buy these very, very high priced NFTs, you just got to hustle, bro. The same shit that Gary Vee does with his garage sailing videos. If you haven't seen Gary Vee's garage sailing videos, the one where he literally drives a car, goes around to different garage sales, talks to people, buys that shit for cheap and flips it on eBay, you have to watch it. There's like only 3-4 episodes. Amazing. But the point is, you can do that in NFTs as well. If you want to buy a really, really high value NFT, you can actually trade your way up there by buying, selling, getting that arbitrage, using that to make more investments. It's a very tricky game, right? But it's definitely possible. I would be doing that if I didn't have other commitments right now. Gary Vee is killer, bro. He's very killer. Trash talk, bro. Exactly. I was looking for the word. Trash talk is by far one of my favorite Gary Vee segments on the internet. Let's talk some more, dude. How do you manage time? Tell us about your schedule. Good question, bro, Puneet. So, to set a top level picture for all of you, this is my side hustle, right? Believe it or not, Abnux 2 is now what I do as my main job. This is just a side thing. My main thing is I'm the founder of this thing called 10K Designers. It's a startup. We do a few UI UX design cohorts every year, right? So we're an education company in the creative space, right? We only have one program right now, which is the 10K Designers. I'm just seeing if I had a hoodie. Just the 10K Designers program, right? We teach people to be UI UX designers. We're actually coming up on the 1 year anniversary of 10K Designers in May. But so far, we've had about 170 students already in a year, right? And a lot of them are working at top companies today, like Ola, Razorpay, Topper, Unacademy, Swiggy, Make My Trip, too many to name. So that's my main thing. I am 100% focused on growing that, and not just growing in terms of numbers, but growing in terms of quality. I want the people who go through 10K Designers cohorts to be killer at their game. I want them to be really, really good at their game. I want them to be the best designers in the field. And we are figuring out the systems, the curriculum, the structure to make that happen. We will be launching some more programs this year. But anyway, that is my main thing. And that's my main focus. But how I manage my time is I don't manage my time, number one, right? It's probably becoming a meme at this point. But it should become a meme because I strongly believe in this. I put out a video my team put out a video just today called Fuck Time Management. Abnux's take on productivity. So check this out. This will give you the condensed 9-minute short answer on how you should be productive. But to answer your question, I don't manage my time, right? I don't try to do as many things as possible. I try to do as few things as possible. That's a big difference, right? Most people think better time management means doing more things. But to me, productivity can only be unlocked if I have very few things to do, and the most important things get done without me. Right? That's how we keep it moving. If everything is dependent on me, we can't grow. So the way I manage my time is I just try to do what's most important, and the things that are not important, I will literally not do them, or I'll try to delegate it. Or the things that are important, but maybe I don't have the time for, I build a team to do it. Right? Vedant, for example, Vedant is working with me right now on Bro. Right? He is the hustler in residence. That's a new role we're playing with at 10K designers and Bro both. But I build a team, and I understand that all these things are important, right? For example, these clips, they're really important for growth. These thumbnails, it's important because that's how people discover my channel. They see this one small piece of artwork in this crowd of recommendations that YouTube gives them. It is super important to do this. However, I have to realize my limitations. I cannot make thumbnails, right? I just can't do it. I don't have the time. I cannot edit these videos and make clips. I know it's super important. I just cannot do it though. I have so much going on. So the way you do that is you delegate, right? A lot of you might not be in that position where you can hire somebody to do it, but then understand that you will reach some point after which you can start hiring people to do your stuff. I remember, dude, there's this comedian named Sam Hyde. Okay, very dank. Sam Hyde. This is a really funny incident he said, where Sam Hyde went to, I think, Rhode Island School of Design. So he went to art school, and he would hire people off of Fiverr to do all his assignments for him. And when the other students in his class found out, they were like, dude, what the fuck? You're supposed to do these assignments by yourself. You can't just hire people off Fiverr to do it for you. And you know what he said? He said, who said, dude? Who said I have to do it? As long as the work gets done, as long as the work gets done in the way I want to, how does it matter that I did it? And that was crazy for me because number one, Fiverr is not that expensive. Anybody can do this. But the point is, most people have some kind of personal attachment to them doing the work, which is okay. But the way you do more stuff, eventually you need more people. Either these are collaborators and co founders who are doing it with you, or it's a team that you build out. So the highest levels of productivity, or not even the higher levels of productivity, it's multiple people, right? The most productive people today, you look at Elon Musk and you're like, wow, what a productive guy. How does he do it? The way he does it is he has thousands of employees doing, you know, doing different parts of the work. And all he has to do is be the coordinator, be the one who, is responsible if shit goes bad. But for some more actionable tips on how to manage time, do check out that video. That will give you a really good insight. It's not about time management. It's about how do you manage your energy. You can have all the time in the world, but zero motivation, zero energy to do anything. And that's bad, right? So it's not about the time, it's about the energy. Agrim, bro, I've answered this, okay? My next goals, grow 10K designers, and of course, grow this channel. The reason I left was because it's a good thing to do, dude. You always have to keep going up, right? Of course, Unacademy, there's a lot of money in it, right? Unacademy is now $2 billion worth. And of course, equity, you can make a lot of money. But the point is, it's a very personal story. Like, I made this tweet recently, which is it's okay to aim really, really high and never reach it. But it's not okay to aim low because you are undercutting yourself. You're eliminating yourself from playing the game. That's terrible. So my only goal is I need to keep leveling up. Unacademy, I had 2.5 years of intense leveling up, right? I managed a team of a size that I had never done before. I was hiring for these key positions. I was building these products that were used by millions of people for really, really critical stuff. Some of the things we designed, we literally designed the entire tool that educators can use to live stream classes, to have a canvas where they teach, right? That entire tool. It's like imagine designing OBS, like that entire thing, right? Among other things. huge um, learnings, progress for me. But at some point, the learnings stop, they stagnate, or they don't go in the direction you want to go, right? For me to stay at Unacademy, it meant that I would have to become more of an executive, which is once you're head of design, eventually, as Unacademy has more companies under them, Graphy and all that, you probably get into group head of design, then you get a director of design, and you just keep climbing this ladder. And the point is, dude, I have always been the kind of person who likes setting things up. Um, right, I set up the design team, I was able to grow it, but now, dude, I wanted more, and of course, I have a really good relationship with Unacademy. I can always go back whenever I want to. But it's just me, dude. I need to take a chance. I need to take a risk. And if I don't take a risk, the problem is nobody's going to tell me to take risks. My parents, they're going to say, right? My mom's going to say, do the safe thing. She's going to say, do the more sure thing. And I think a lot of our parents are like that. They want us to be happy. They want us not to go through trouble. They want us to stay safe. And the thing is, we all have to take risks, because when things are going fine, that's not when you grow. Personal progress, personal growth comes from the tough times in life, not the easy times in life. And sometimes you have to make it tougher for yourself, because nobody else will do that for you. So that's the answer, bro. Where do you get leads? Everywhere, bro. You get leads everywhere, right? If you don't know how you get everywhere, you're just not paying attention. What I mean by that is, there's this damn stupid joke, okay, actually, which is, everything is a dating site if you're courageous enough or some shit, okay. Basically, you don't need Tinder. You can do it on Instagram. You can do this, that. I don't know if I believe that, but it's the same with freelancers, right? Every site, every platform where humans gather is a freelancing platform if you know how to play the game. And we have an entire book dedicated to it. It's called Pajama Profit. So do check that out. How do you create and manage? That's how I do it, bro. I do it by firstly not doing all of it at once. You might see my projects and be like, how do you do all of this? It's because I've been doing it for some time. Like UI sources, I don't actively maintain it anymore. It's work has become less. And for a lot of things, I'm not doing it. I have people who have hired, whether it's freelancers or interns or whatever, who do some of this stuff. So that is how I uh, manage it. Let's do some more. Kitty says every time speaks of NFTs, it's like Wordsworth's love for nature, bro, for sure. I love NFTs, and I can't believe I only found out recently. I wish I had found out way earlier, but I'm late. But there's nothing I can do. I just gotta go with it. Great question, Priyanshi, and the answer is yes. We have two or three, two. I'll say just two for now. We have two new programs coming up within the next few months, and it's going to be outside UI UX design. So please check that out. I don't want to reveal too much, but technically the clues are all out there. It's not crypto. I'll just say that it's not crypto yet. We're not thinking about a crypto cohort or anything. Not yet. It's too early. I still need to learn. Um, but yeah, we're doing some more. Let's take some more questions. Gaurav says, please भाई मुझे unblock कर दो Twitter पे. Bro, Gaurav, I don't remember why I blocked you, but sorry, bro. Sorry about that. You said some shit and I probably in the moment blocked you. Yeah. Favorite series? Ooh, interesting question. Um, I'll tell you four series, okay? Four brilliant series that I really love. Succession, beautiful, beautiful. For anybody here who's like, yo, I need to understand the business side of things. For anybody here who's like, bro, I feel like a chomu. For anybody who's like, dude, I just feel like I'm using Figma, right? How do I play these higher level games? How do I play this 4D chess? You need to watch Succession. You need to watch Succession. Succession is on Amazon Prime. Um, One of my favorite shows, right? I would probably favorite show number one. Number two, Westworld. Westworld is ooh, Westworld, dude. The first episode I ever watched, I was on a flight. I was on a flight. I don't know where. Some holiday or something. I don't remember. I watched the first two episodes on that flight. I get off the flight. I feel like I'm in a simulation, bro. I look around and I'm like, dude, nothing is real. Because I was on a flight. I see all this. And dude, Westworld, their storytelling, the pace of the show, it's insanely good. No sci-fi show even comes close to Westworld. We're talking about simulations, we're talking about AI, we're talking about blockchain, everything, bro. Westworld, right? What a show. So that's my number two. Number three, right? I'm jumping genres, okay? Number three is Mad Men. I love Mad Men, okay? Mm, Mad Men to me represents creative process, okay? When I watch Mad Men, I realized that, dude, this thing we're all doing, creativity, right? We're making stuff. We're not the first ones to do it. However, Mad Men is so interesting because it represents creativity at the highest levels, right? When you look at Don Draper, not only is he a very, very creative person, but he is the most persuasive, the most type A executive. And normally these two look like two different things. We assume creative people are not the ones who have the most power. We assume they're not the ones who control a room. Because we're like, yo, we're in our crafts, we're introverts, whatever your reason slash excuses might be. But bro, to watch Don Draper changed my life, bro. I watched that and I was like, wow. And the show is just, it's not just the creative thing. It's about his entire life. Like the shit that happens, of course. At times you relate with the character. At sometimes you're like, what the fuck, right? Because it's so emotionally intense. So number three, those are my top three shows. Okay, the third one is Mad Men. I love it, bro. They're so good. When you're watching Mad Men, dude, all you want to do, all you want to do is pour yourself a glass of scotch, smoke a cig, stand at your window, look at the world, and think about your place in it. Really good, bro. So, Succession, Westworld, Mad Men. Let's take a few more. We have about 10 minutes remaining. So, I will switch on this timer. Okay. Let's do a rapid fire. Let's do a rapid fire. Abhinav says, do you think I can start to learn design and make money at it at 23? Bro, there are people in the cohorts who are 35. There are people who are in their 40s who are learning design. You are very, very early, my friend. You can literally learn design and start making money within this year. What traits do recruiters see when hiring? Not just designers, but for everything, they look at how well you can communicate. It's not enough to have ideas. You have to be able to convince other people to execute those ideas. And you have to convince clients and other stakeholders that your solution is the good solution. So communication is very, very important. All seasons, bro. All seasons in Westworld. Silicon Valley also really good. I might do a video about my top 20 or top 10 shows. There's a lot of shows that I really, really, really love, which a lot of people haven't even heard of. So, for example, one of my really, really favorite shows, and this might just be number 4, is this show called How to Make It in America. 2 seasons. That's it. It's about these two people who are in New York and they want to start a streetwear brand. Okay, amazing, dude. What fucking hustle. And it's a really, really cool show. So I'll talk a few more in future videos. Here's the thing, dude. I don't watch movies. I don't watch movies at all, but I watch a ton of TV shows. Woo! Succession theme track, bro. So good. Sleep cycle. Bro, I have a very normal sleep cycle. I sleep for 8 to 10 hours in a night. Um, I, I don't. I have a normal sleep cycle, bro. Would you recommend someone go to startup in the start or go the freelance route? Same thing, bro. It's the same thing. Startup and freelance will teach you very similar things, which is how do you deal with uncertainty? How do you deal with things when you have to wear multiple hats? You can't just be one small role. You have to do a lot of things. Both are really good, bro. Whichever you can get an opportunity in. Yeah, bro. Everything is a freelancing platform if you're paying attention. There are people who've gotten gigs from our Discord alone. There are people who've gotten gigs from literally replying to a tweet that I made or somebody else made, right? In the last week alone, in the last 2 weeks, it's happening all the time. It's just you need to be aware. Pay attention. Pay attention. Voluntary discomfort, for sure. You have to put yourself um, in uncomfortable positions. Yeah. Whew, hustlers here, bro, for sure. हो जाएगा, bro. Lohitaksh, NFTs in India. There is an article. We spoke about one of the streams, but we have some clips coming up on this NFTs in India. So do check that out. What do you do when you feel down? I just don't do anything, bro. Um, Usually when I'm feeling down, it's because I'm down in energy. Something has happened that has drained my energy. Um, and the best thing I can do is just wait for that energy to come back or do something that helps me get that energy back. It can be as simple as going out for a walk, late night walks, really fun. Um, but yeah, dude, you just have to do things that give you energy. Um, when I'm feeling down, bro, it happens, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a solution. Yeah. Let's take a few more, dude. Let me talk about this one, and then I'll see some of the recent ones. Penalize possession of crypto. The thing is, the government, it's all unverified, but keep that in mind, which is what government is not saying crypto is bad. Government is saying it should not fucking replace real money. They're saying that we do not want the rupee to get destabilized. If even 10% of the population stops using the rupee, it's a big deal to the economy, right? So that's what the government doesn't want. And the good news is that crypto is not just about currency anymore. We have a ton of new use cases that have come up. NFTs and DeFi are two of them. DAOs, social tokens will be two more, right? We think about the internet. Think about this. Think about how crazy this is. When the internet came out, people thought the internet is for websites. They thought internet is for content. Or people thought internet is for e-commerce and that's it. They're like, this is an e-commerce technology. It can sell on the internet. People thought this is a publishing technology. Today, the internet is everything. It's everything. It's not just this or that. Right? Balaji made a tweet recently related to this. He said back when the internet came out, people thought it would be a new channel. So back then we had TV and radio. People thought it would be TV, radio, and internet. What happened? The internet took everything. Now, of course, TV and radio exists, but you can watch TV on the internet. You can listen to radio technically on the internet. So with crypto, it's not just about currencies. It's not just about payments. It's literally going to be everything. Crypto is going to absorb every single thing. And the truth is, we don't know what those things are going to be. We can take guesses, right? 4, 5 guesses that I just gave you. Currency was one, not coming to India anytime soon. DeFi and NFTs will come to India in a big way. There's a ton already happening in DeFi's and NFTs, by the way. You have social tokens, you'll have DAOs. These are just 5 things. There's going to be 50 things, dude. There's going to be 500 things. How many use cases does the internet have? You can't count them, dude. There's a new use case for the internet discovered every single day. Go to Product Hunt and check that shit out, right? So today we can literally count on our fingertips the use cases for crypto. But in the future, we're not going to be able to do that. And at that point, you can't ban it. It's just that you can say that we support certain use cases and we don't support other use cases. So crypto is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. For sure, bro. I would love that. You can, however, I will say this, awkwardist. If that portrait is Abnux, I cannot have it. It needs to be Abnux 2. But yeah, my address is on my Twitter. It's abnux.eth. You can definitely send it there. Yeah, bro, what the fuck is a radio? We call them podcasts today. So, folks, last 2 minutes, we'll talk a bit more. Which country to move to India from India to? Less taxes and crypto friendly. Most likely it's going to be Singapore. Singapore is probably the best option. And I don't just mean this from a tax avoidance perspective. It's not about tax, right? We should all pay tax. The more people that pay tax, the better it is generally. But there will be a lot of countries that make it more friendly, more crypto friendly terms. And it might start with just registering companies. The biggest companies in India today, the startups, they're not even registered in India, dude. Flipkart, a bunch of them. Flipkart is the first one that came to mind. But they're registered in Singapore. Why? Because Singapore offers a better infrastructure for companies, for trade, right? So similarly, companies will absorb business. So already you can move to Singapore if you have a registered company there. Not immigration advice. But yeah. Yo, Anurag, thank you for the super chat. 101. Bro, मजा गया आज. Mindset के लिए पौष्टिक आहार. मजा आ गया आज. Okay. Awesome, bro. Awesome. I love talking about crypto and stuff outside design because I'm just too used to talking about design, dude. And I love talking about everything else as well. That's one of the reasons why I started this channel. Estonia is a good one as well, bro. But I don't know for sure. I don't want to give recommendations because it's too early. It's too early. Safe Moon, bro. From what I've heard, it's a scam. I don't know. Here's the thing. It started on TikTok. TikTok influencers started pushing it, right? I don't know. The point is, it's not just Safe Moon. There's hundreds of these coins. One thing people don't realize is they think there are 10 cryptocurrencies or 100 cryptocurrencies. You might even think there are thousands of cryptocurrencies. There's more, right? There's a few hundred cryptocurrencies that come out every single day. So rather than currency A or currency B, what you want to think about is how do I have a mental algorithm to separate the genuines from the not genuines. And that's not just crypto. That's your relationships. That's the people you work with. That's the projects you work on. It's the things that you give your energy to. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, we have limited energy. We cannot be giving our energy to every single thing. We need to only do it for the things that matter to us. So please spend some time this weekend thinking about what matters to you. I'll see you in a different stream. Bye bye.